Are you a baseball player looking to get stronger this season so you can throw harder and safer on the field? I'm going to go over today why you need to take a closer look at the strength training that you're doing and really how we program for pitchers. So, how do I know this? I'm Dr. Jeff Lewis. I'm the owner and physical therapist of Lewis Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, and I have helped countless baseball players, especially pitchers, get stronger and back to throwing pain-free after an injury. So, again, I want to talk about today in-season strength training for baseball players. Baseball is a long season, whether it's at the high school level, because really at the high school level you have a little bit of an off season during the winter, unless you're in a warm area where you might be even playing year round more often than not. But in the Northeast here, guys will typically be off from maybe like late November, early December they'll start. Then they'll be off until about early March. They'll start getting ready for the school season. So we'll just say from March all the way up until the end of the school season in June or late May, early June. Then they have summer ball. Then they have fall ball. So we're looking at multiple months in a row of baseball that they're playing. So we really need to make sure that we're smart about how we implement strength training in these cases. Because I've seen all too often a lot of guys are doing bodybuilding style workouts where, hey, Monday's International Chest Day, so we're doing bench press, incline bench press, dumbbell bench press, cable flies, just doing a ton of chest work. Then Tuesday might be back and biceps day. Then Wednesday is quads, hamstrings, and then there's maybe another shoulder day mixed in there, and maybe another back and bis day. All these bodybuilding style workouts, yes, it's good that they're maybe building general strength, but you're probably not going to be moving well. You're not really going to be able to properly utilize and optimize that strength from the weight room to the field. So I want to go over today how we recommend programming for in-season strength training. And again, in-season strength training, it's much different than off-season. Off-season strength training, that is a period where you want to make primarily your gains in strength, because you're pushing 90, 92%, 95% intensity. We're not going to be hitting those high percentages in season because the volume that these guys are getting on their body from just playing frequently throughout the week. So for in-season strength training, intensity-wise, 75 to maximum 90%. I typically will have guys live in the 75 to 85% range more than anything. So we might touch 90% maybe every 2 months or so, just depending on where we're at in the season. So we want to live in that 75 to 85% because that is helping us. You want to take those sub-maximal loads and you want to move them fast because it's a fast game. You want to be able to move quickly and explosively. Frequency, again, if you're doing those bodybuilding style workouts, lifting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, stop that right away. That is not doing anything but hurting your ability to succeed on the field. We go in season 2 total body lifts per week, especially for the reason that it allows you to recover properly. If you're playing 4 or 5 times a week, you want to be recovered for your games. We're not trying to have you be the best lifter out there. We're trying to have you be the best baseball player out there more than anything. So that's why we recommend 2 total body lifts per week. Number of exercises, I usually don't go more than 8 a session. It's usually around 6 to 8 per session. You might have 1 to 2 core lifts. That's going to be some type of push or pull for an upper body or lower body. That's going to differ based on the phase that we're in. And then 6 different supplemental exercises. So that's more your accessory work. There's going to be some type of, if we have a core lift that's an upper body push, we're going to have some type of accessory pull work in there, whether it's single arm, double arm, horizontal or vertical. The lower body, same thing. There's going to be different variations of ways to go about lower body pull work, hip versus knee dominant pull. And then I always have some type of core work in there, whether it's some type of core endurance-based work or core rotational. So a core endurance might be some type of plank variation versus a core rotational might be some type of cable chop from a low to high position. Sets-wise, generally 3 to 5, especially when we're getting into the core lifts. As the intensity increases, you might do closer to 4 or 5 sets, but closer to 2 to 3 reps. Generally for the supplemental, I usually don't go north of 3 reps for supplemental. Again, you want to make sure you're getting the work in. But again, we just want to be mindful of the volume. These guys are getting so much volume on them from practices, playing multiple times per week. Their strength program is about making sure they don't lose the strength that they built in the offseason more than anything. And then reps-wise, again, I don't usually go higher than 5. Once you start to go higher than 5, or for the core lifts, I typically don't go any higher than 5 reps. Once you go higher than that, at these higher percentages, that's where a lot of problems start to come in terms of the ability to recover. It turns into more hypertrophy-based work, and that higher volume strength work is typically what's going to make guys sore and not able to recover well. For the supplemental exercises, I might go, around the 6 to 10-ish reps or so, 10 at most. About 10 at most usually. Again, I just want to make sure we are not overloading volume more than anything. So again, in-season strength training, it is huge. The last thing we want to do is have guys go and put all this work in the offseason, get strong, and then either say, hey, I'm going to go back doing these bodybuilding style workouts, or even worse, just saying, yeah, you know what, I don't want to lift in season because it's going to make me sore or it's going to hurt my performance. That is a bunch of BS. You need to lift in season in order to throw harder, maintain velocity, and really just to stay healthy throughout the season. You need to lift twice a week or whatnot. So again, if you have any questions on either your strength training routine or really more specifics about in-season strength training, go ahead and leave a comment below, like and subscribe to our channel. We do a ton of content that is specifically focused on baseball player rehab and performance.